but of course, like Fulham has always had this connection with the U.S., so it always stuck out. So it was easy to see like Carlos Bocanegra and Brian McBride, and then like Dempsey, so it's been really interesting to see that. And then like to today as well, there's kind of been that. So it's kind of interesting. I can't really think of another club in England that kind of has that same depth of connection to the US. Is that something that, you guys as like English UK like fans of Fulham are kind of aware of having that and know that relationship? Or is it like, oh yeah, they've just been, one of many foreign players that come through the club?
No, totally. I think, Fulhamerica is a phrase, and we've had so many. I mean, even like the ones you haven't worked out, like Eddie Johnson.
That's right, Eddie Johnson.
I'm trying to remember off the top of my head.
I think Casey Keller, was he? Did I have that right? Casey?
Bocanegra, McBride. It's been like a long, steady relationship. And also the fact we've had like Dempsey and Tim Ream, who, in my opinion, are sent us to bed on Sunday. And for context, my flatmate and also works Nicholas. But I'm absolutely convinced that Tim Ream right now is playing at a higher level than any American player ever has done.
Wow.
I feel empowered to say that because I saw Dempsey at his peak. And I think Dempsey would potentially lay claim to that, that 2012-13 season, if not. And just the things that Ream has done over, like, not just this season, but just like last season as well. It's been so consistently excellent at a time when the Premier League now is at a higher level than any football has ever been. And he's just making it look effortlessly easy. So I think it's also been strengthened by the fact that we've had like incredibly good players. Like Ream has played at this point like 250, 300 games for them. So it's a pretty deep connection.
He's been with them for a while, and it seems like even just the last couple years, the last 2 years really, and like get his form, playing himself back into the World Cup as well. It seems like his career, he's just continued to get better with age as well. Like it just keeps 100%. Going and going.
100%. And I've got a lot of respect for him because he had some awful seasons in the Premier League. But I feel like the season when we first went up, it often gets totally, in my opinion, been mischaracterized. At the one where we signed like 100 million and bought Seri and Anguissa, and we were terrible. With Savicia Kalinic, I think people look at that and say, oh, what a waste of money. That whole season's a failure. Ream was terrible. But actually, like Ream the season before won Player of the Season for Fulham in the Championship and was our best player. But was playing at such
and Fulham like trotted to like winning the championship as well, right? They like
I think this is like a couple of seasons ago. Yeah, this is the playoffs, but we finished third and had we won 23 games unbeaten.
Okay.
We're really, really strong. And he was player of the season, and he goes into the next season, and he gets injured, I think, before the season. So he missed the first 5 games. Tom Cairney, who was a captain, also best player, also gets injured, misses the first few games. Mitrovic is injured. And then by the time he gets back into the team, like the team is already like, we just lost the 3 best players from the previous season. And so the whole thing kind of like falls, the manager gets sacked. And so I kind of feel like despite the fact that everyone's like, oh, Tim Ream has really raised his level, which he has, no doubt. I think he was pretty harshly judged, despite the fact he's had like pretty incredible seasons in previous seasons. So I just want to give a quick Tim Ream shout out, I think.
Okay, giving him credit that maybe the critics were a bit too loud early on, and now they're just maybe not necessarily to his level has raised that much, but they're just seeing through his consistency and things, and that he's maybe not necessarily turned it around, but people are just starting to pay attention a bit. No, it's good to see. I think it's cool. It was something for me, like when my friends and I were interested, like, I would watch Fulham and wanted them to do well, but a couple friends like were really into, got the kits, like had the McBride jersey or the Dempsey jersey and everything. And it was like, that's so important to see, like to have those connections to kind of build that interest in the game. And now I think the current generation of kids are a bit spoiled. I guess now we've got a similar thing going on at Leeds as far as like for American supporters with Aronson, with McKinney, with Adams. But I think, at the time it was still like, not super common to see a lot of, Yanks abroad, especially in the Prem. Yeah, and I think so. It's important, like for me on the cultural side, again, being interested in growing the passion for the game and being in touch with that younger generation, like to see kids like this. And I'm sure there's, kids who watch this past World Cup who are center backs and want to play like Tim Ream, and now they're going to be Fulham supporters, right? Or the outside back, like want to be like Anthony Robinson. And I think it's really, really, really cool to see that. So it's great to see their success.